World 100 meters champion Sha'Carri Richardson earned a chance for Olympic redemption after winning the 100m at the U.S. Athletics Trials on Saturday, booking her ticket to the Paris Games. 3 years after a positive marijuana test saw her kicked off the U.S. team for the Tokyo Olympics, Richardson captured the women's 100 final in 10:71 sec with Melissa Jefferson second in 10.80 and Twanisha Terry third in 10.89. Richardson surged to the lead in the middle of the race and crossed the finish line in this year's world best time with a wind of 0.8 m/sec at Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon. "I feel honored," Richardson said. "I feel every chapter I've been through in my life designed and prepared me for this moment. I cannot wait to go to Paris and represent." Reigning men's 100m world champion Noah Lyles began his quest for Olympic gold in the event by leading all semi-final qualifiers from men's preliminary heats in 9.92. Richardson hopes to capture Olympic gold in the 100 final at the Stade de France on August 3rd. Not since Gail Devers in 1996 has an American woman been crowned an Olympic 100m champion. The 24-year-old Texan won her preliminary heat on Friday in 10.88, leading all qualifiers despite a slight stumble at the start, and won her Saturday semifinal in 10.86, the best time of any finalist despite a slow start. She was behind again at the start, but quickly made up the time and charged to victory. "Definitely didn't have the best start, but had a better start than my other rounds," Richardson said. 3 years ago, Richardson appeared set for the pandemic-delayed Tokyo Olympics after winning at the U.S. trials in 10.86. But dreams of Olympic gold were shattered when it was revealed she had tested positive for marijuana, resulting in a 1-month suspension that banned her from Tokyo. Plans to revive her career at the 2022 World Championships failed when she bombed out of the U.S. trials. Richardson, however, roared back into form in 2023 with a thrilling 100m triumph at the World Championships in Budapest, taking the crown and a championship record of 10.65 sec. This year, Richardson won her only prior 100 at May's Prefontaine Classic in Eugene in 10.83. Lyles cruised to victory in the first of 5 100m men's heats with Christian Coleman, the 2019 100m world champion, second in 9.99. It's a redemption run for Lyles, who failed to qualify for the 100m final at the Tokyo Olympics and settled for bronze in a 200m final where he was a favorite. "I felt like I just had blown a huge opportunity," Lyles said. "The more I look back at it, the more I'm like, wow, if I never had that moment happen, I would have never produced what I've done up to now." Lyles knows the pressure is high for success in France, even after his world titles in the 100m, 200m and 4x100m relay last year. "I know for people to take notice of me, an Olympic gold medal is needed," Lyles said. Top 5 finishers in each of 5 heats plus the next 2 fastest runners reach the semifinals, where Sunday's finalists will be decided. Lyles ended any suspense, winning by 0.08 of a second over Kenny Bednarek in the opening heat with a 0.2 m/sec tailwind. He was never going to threaten his season best of 9.85 or his personal best of 9.83. "I had to make sure that my first 10 steps were powerful and open, and after that I stood up," Lyles said. "I knew I had the race in me. I knew I had it clear by 60 meters, which is why I ran more 60s this indoor season, and from there I just shut it down." Krauser wins shot put. In the men's shot put, 2-time reigning Olympic champion Ryan Krauser won the chance to defend his crown with an effort of 22.84 m. "Surprised myself a little bit, Krauser. That's a good sign." Joe Kovacs, the Rio and Tokyo Olympic runner-up to Krauser, was second at 22.43 to book his Paris trip as well. Krauser, also the 2-time reigning world champion, set the world record of 23.56 m last year, but has been nagged by injuries this year. Other US trials wins went to Heath Baldwin in the decathlon and Jasmine Moore in the women's triple jump. The 24-year-old reigning world 100m champion stumbled out of the blocks at Hayward Field before regaining her composure to sweep to an ultimately comfortable victory in 10.88 secs, the 4th fastest time in the world this year. "Definitely not the start I wanted," Richardson said, while taking satisfaction from a brisk time in her opening race of the trials. "It says that I'm prepared. I just need to put it all together." Richardson hopes to become the first American woman since Gail Devers in 1996 to be crowned Olympic 100m champion at this year's Paris Games. The Texans' quest for Olympic glory comes 3 years after she won the S trials, but was barred from competing in the pandemic-delayed Tokyo Games after testing positive for marijuana use. Since that career low point. However, Richardson has surged back to the pinnacle of women's sprinting with a shock victory at last year's World Championships in Budapest. I am enjoying the recognition of hard work and the support that comes with it, Richardson said following her heat. The fact that the world can see so much work I've done for myself, and that it's well received. I'm appreciative and I always show up for my fans. Richardson was comfortably the fastest qualifier for Saturday's 100m semifinals, with Melissa Jefferson next fastest in 10.91 sec and Mackenzie Long third quickest in 10.94 sec. Richardson was one of the biggest names in action as the Olympic trials got underway on Friday. Elsewhere, reigning Olympic 800m champion Athing Mu made her long-awaited return from injury to qualify for the next round of her specialist event. Mu has not raced this season as she recovers from a hamstring injury, but looked composed in qualifying from her heat in a time of 2 minutes 1:73 sec. The 22-year-old said she was happy to be back out running in familiar surroundings in Oregon, where she won a World Championships gold medal in 2022. This has been a great homecoming for me, Mu said after her race. Not being able to compete the whole season but coming here, I've always run really well when I came out here, so it's awesome to have this amazing crowd here to support me.
I feel like it was just like any other first race for me.
Just giving my legs a little shocker to wake up a bit and get moving again. It's a great start for me and it just helps me for the next rounds to come. In other events, there was an eye-catching performance in the opening men's 400m heats, where 16-year-old Quincy Wilson smashed the under-18 world record for the discipline with a jaw-dropping time of 44.66 sec. The youngster from Maryland ran a scintillating race to finish in a time that would have been good enough to earn him a medal in some past major championships. I just felt very collected and very smooth, Wilson said. Just thankful for the time and basically competing. It's a different game. I'm not running high school anymore. I'm running with the big dogs. So I just had to come over here and give them my all.